resorts, and the PGA Tour. It's opening round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Back over now to the fourth. As we catch up with today's featured golfer, Frank, what's the key to generating some momentum?
Just hitting good shots. I know it sort of sounds like the old cliche, but plenty of opportunities. A few 10, 15-foot putts start going down. This round will change dramatically.
Players still fighting the strong winds out there today. This is a good-looking shot. Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Good birdie, and now at 1 under for the tournament. Well, again, Frank, we get that good mix of holes here. We've had a couple of par threes, a short par 5, and that opening par 4. Now at the fifth hole, 424-yard par 4.
The first bunker on the right, not really in play for the good players. Just be a little cognizant of that one on the left side, depending on what club you want to hit off the tee. Ideally, that line is the third bunker, the one in the distance. It's a good line off the tee here.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Chance to get it close here. Frank, it's always nice to play good golf, but it's just as special to be somewhere where you realize how fortunate we all are to be able to enjoy God's green earth. I mean, this is just an amazing spot.
Well, I know our game's seasonal, Rich, but it amazes me. This is a whole area completely under snow in the winter. And then, once the sun comes out, the snow starts to thaw out. You're left with this beautiful golf in amongst nature, and you can still be competitive with it. So you can be sort of smelling the roses, as we would say, and still testing your own talent.
Frank, as we arrive here at the par 4 sixth hole, reasonably short at 373 yards, a lot of golfers arrive at a hole like this and they'll think, well, I'm just going to blast it away because it's such a short 4. You think these kinds of holes require a little more thinking?
They certainly do, Rich. If you can't drive it to the front edge of the green, there's no point really trying to hit it through that narrow net. You can just sort of knock a 3-wood down there, or something that's going to give you a decent yardage where you can at least spin that second shot. If you can guarantee that ball's going to stop when it lands, it's going to be much easier than trying to fashion some sort of pitch and run.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. We'd love to get this one. Big putt for birdie. How about that? 4 under par. ...602-yard par 5, 7th hole. Frank, I'm guessing you want to take the big stick out and let it rip here.
Saw Rory McIlroy hit his tee shot here so far. He had an iron in.
Good contact, good result.
Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Frank, this is good golfing weather. Nice, strong breeze. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Now his third, staring right at the green. Well, that's just a tee to green clinic, a seminar on how to do it the right way. Every single green in regulation. This is a long putt. Really, the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus. That was not a very good read right there. Frank, let's hope he doesn't make double bogey now.
That's the saddest coming out in you, Rich.
-3 now for the round. So, one round in the books and a lot to chew on here.
There is. This is going to be a tough championship to pull away. The standard of golf, especially that first page of the leaderboard. Excellent golf.
This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. It's second round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Frank, when you play Banff, you get some of these wow moments where you stand on the tee and you say, ooh, look at
This is one. Yeah, this is one of them, Rich. Yeah, that the elevation change from tee to green is quite dramatic. Consequently, you're going to have to club down a little, at least 2 clubs shorter than what that yardage says on the card.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Birdie try again here today. Frank, I'm sure it feels good to get some red numbers on the card, but this tournament is probably too far out of reach at this point.
No question.
Back on the tee here at Banff Springs, 5th hole, 424-yard par 4. What's the setup here, Frank?
Well, it's very tempting to try and hit a draw because that's the way in which the hole is shaped, but The main goal is to make sure that you can take that second bunker, the one on the left side, out of play with that tee shot. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Set now for the second shot, par 4 fifth.
Just be aware of where the flag is. If it's cut in that front section, you definitely want to carry the front of the green. Hole is a little more difficult when they start to push that flag in the back left. You can see it narrow up there. And there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy, featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably inside that cut line. Now at the sixth hole here at Banff Springs, it's a short par 4, only 373 yards, and the short par 4, Frank, all the rage in golf course architecture these days.
A lot more strategy involved when you've got a hole that you can nearly reach with a tee shot. It's how far back do you leave it, what sort of distance you want that second shot. All those things to compute. Straightforward, a little bit uphill. Basically, it's what you want for your second shot.
Now the approach to the par 4 sixth.
A nice layup off the tee. You can virtually hit this shot with your eyes closed. The yardage isn't going to change. Doesn't matter what you put in front. So just dial it in on that yardage.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Well, the time is now to start making birdies, and there we go. One on the board, and suddenly inside the top 20.
Yeah, nothing to be ashamed of in that, but really, you've got to be aggressive from here on in. Oh, I liked that.
Just a solid shot here at number 7, right where you want to be. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
And it makes the green in regulation. This for another birdie on this hole on the week. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
Frank, right where you want to be at the midway point of a tournament.
Yeah, you know your game's solid. The focus is more on the leader and that you can just go out and play. Excellent position to be in.
EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Frank, what's the key here at the fifth hole? It's par 4, 424 yards.
The first real stringent tee shot of the day. 3 bunkers, first one not really in play. That third one in the distance, unless you're someone like a Bubba Watson, you should be able to aim at that and not reach it.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Frank, what are you thinking about on this approach here at the fifth?
Once again, with a good drive, you're left with a scoring club. By that I mean a short iron. Gives you a lot more options and a lot more flags you can go at. Even with a flag in the back left, with a scoring club in hand, you can virtually just go straight at that. The ball will not kick too much once it hits the green.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie. Chance for back-to-back.
And with that birdie, moving into the top 20 on the leaderboard. Frank, you played at the highest level all over the world. What was a comfortable yardage for you on holes like this?
I actually had a club, believe it or not, that just the grooves on it, it would go 105 yards. It was a lofted sand iron, whether it was out of the first cut or up or the fairway. So if I could hit it around 100 yards, I could almost hit that distance with my eyes closed. After that, 70 yards was the next one. So everybody has that little sort of sweet spot with the wedge.
So that means on a hole like this, you were looking for something off the tee in the 265 to 270 range, and that would put what club in your hand?
Just in those days, it was a 53-degree sand iron, yeah.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday and trying for another one today. Moves into the top 10 with that birdie. Now to the long par 5 7th hole, 602 yards, Frank. They call it hoodoo.
Yeah, it's nothing for a little muscle man. Bust one up the tee there. Well, actually it is. You're going to need 2 of your best if you want to reach this par 5 and 2. So, start with a good one.
This sets up well for a chance at the green here at the 7th hole. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
And to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole, this for birdie. Good birdie right there, Frank.
Oh, time to get another cup of coffee. Things are heating up.
Now to hole number 8. It's another par 3 with some water, Frank. Only 150 yards. This is the shortest hole in the golf course.
But distance control is still very important here. If you can get the right distance, you could perhaps aim 10 or 15 feet left of the flag. You're only going to have a 10 or 15-foot putt. So just think of that. Water on the right there. Maybe just aim a little further to the left. You can still make birdie.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. Now to hole number 9, 501 yards. It's a par 5.
Yeah, we finished with the third par 5 on the front 9. You're just going to come through those sort of shoot of marvellous trees that define this fairway. Just avoid the right side. Something down the left side is going to open up the second shot.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. Frank, a lot of exciting shots on this opening side, and here we go again, second to this par 5 ninth.
Got to look at the green down the other side, Rich. Pitches a lot from left to right, so two choices. You're going to hit a normal shot. You've got to aim that a little left of that flag. Either that or draw it back towards the flag and into that uphill slope.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot.
It's that sneaky distance.
Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Very impressive and on the move right now. So through 54 holes, a really good position inside the top 5 with one round to go.
Yeah, and those handful of players that we're looking at, Rich, they certainly have looked the best players this week, which makes tomorrow look like a real thriller.
Today's coverage brought to you by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Thirteenth hole, par 3, 225 yards and heavily bunkered around that green, Frank.
It is, but that green gets narrower as the hole gets longer. Nothing wrong with hitting the ball sort of the middle part of the green here.
That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in.
Safely on the dance floor.
Locked in on the read and the speed. That is a painful miss right there. And a bogey, drop shot here at the 13th. This from 7 feet. You can't leave it short, Frank.
Oh, and especially right in the middle. Even par currently.
Frank, you know full well this can be a humbling game.
And an embarrassing game.
On to the 14th hole now. It's a par 4, 442 yards. And what's the right way to attack here, Frank?
Two choices. Try and squeeze it down the right side, just short of those big bunkers on that right. Either that or carry the bunker complex on the left. A little awkward.
Frank, there's fairway, there's rough, and then there's mulch.
Yeah, the worst thing about the mulch is all these little chips around the ball, and that's so the ball doesn't sit up. And once again, this shot might look easy, but if you just miss it a bit, it so exaggerates the outcome.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Oh, it looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Either misjudged the win or simply just pulled the wrong club, Frank.
Going to take some skill now.
These putts keep the round together. Frank, this has been an absolute mess today and all week long.
You said it best.
Frank, looking out here on the 15th hole, this looks like a spot where you could really crank one that you could tell your buddies about.
It's another hole that suits a player that hits the ball right to left. It's no surprise to see why Rory McIlroy plays well around here. Nice, big, high-towering draw that's going to go that extra yardage because of the elevation.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, what about this second shot here at 15?
It's one of the longest par 4s on the golf course, Rich, so you don't want to get too greedy. Green does open up on that left side. You can see that bunker on the front of the green. It sort of protects that right side, so you've got to try and bring it in. One of the few shots you could actually cut it into this green. This golf course normally suits a draw, but this hole here you could do well with one that goes in the other direction.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Right about 9 feet here to the hole. We haven't seen a whole lot of that, Frank, but that has to feel good. Frank, the 16th hole, 414 yards, par 4, is nicknamed GOAT. Would that be greatest of all time, or is it just because the possibility you could see old Billy out there here in the Canadian Rockies?
I'd like to think it's the greatest of all time. I've never seen a GOAT hit a draw, that's why, and that's what's needed off this tee once again. The first bunker should easily be able to carry that, and if you're the greatest of all time, this is a fairway, you're certainly hit.
Now to the second shot here at the 16th, and Frank, what's ahead?
Minimally uphill, but it actually plays uphill. The reason why is because all that front section of the green rolls back towards the player. So you've got to carry the ball all the way to the flag.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Frank, as we make our way to the house, a chance here at the 17th, just 374 yards, a chance for a birdie.
It certainly is. Anytime you see a hole today under 400 yards, a par 4 that is, you know you're going to get a short on your iron. You know you're going to get a short iron in your hand if you hit a good tee shot. Just avoid the bunkers left and right off the tee. Green does slope back to front, so it pitches nicely towards you, making that second shot, if anything, a little easier.
Frank, as we get set for this second shot here at 17, did you like the aggressive play off the tee?
Well, fortunately, you've got a second shot here, but now you've got to fashion some sort of bump and run. But it's a bit dicey trying to hit it all the way up there off the tee.
Superb shot.
Well, it's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Getting set now over the putt. Moves into the top 25 with that birdie. Well, Frank, this sets up for an exciting finish here at Banff Springs, a 578-yard par 5.
There's just about a bunker in play for every length of tee shot here, so know exactly which one you can carry and exactly which one you cannot reach.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Great effort right there, and a great chance to knock in that short putt. Shouldn't be a problem here. Tough game, Frank. You can hit 300-yard drives and miss 3-foot putts.
Yeah, there's the ecstasy, and that's the agony.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. Well, not in contention, but in for par. Frank, it was a great setting with great crowds. We saw plenty of very good golf. Your thoughts?
I think the course really extracted some of the golf that we saw. It forced these players to play just some great golf. And it wasn't just like a pitch and a putt golf course. So I think seeing the guys tested, seeing the players tested at this level, it was a treat.